Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by BlackRifleCoffee.com.
Welcome to Drinking Bros, Las Vegas. We're live.
You just went for that.
First one out the gate, huh?
God, I feel sturdy.
What does
I feel
that mean?
really sturdy.
What does that mean?
I feel limber. I
still don't know. What define this? What is it?
I'll put it to you this way. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Last night I'm in Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Okay. Lovely place. Pool is shut down. You can still see the disease floating in the pool and hear Chad's fist pumping like in the background. It's a silent pool. But what I knew is this. When I put the do not disturb on my door, it said, maybe come back later. And it was like a winky face. And I was like, oh, fuck. I'm in Vegas. Like, I'm back. You know, I'm back. I'm ready. It's like, maybe come back later. Wink.
You actually, if you leave $60 and then a thing of Fruit Loops, that means you want a hand job from the housekeeping staff.
Wait, Fruit Loops is the code?
Yeah.
I never knew the code.
Well, it's multi. You can't do like all blue Fruit Loops. They have to be tricolor.
Multicolor, yeah.
I never knew the code.
That's diversity.
I never knew the code.
You know, it's just...
It's diversity. Look, we got a big show here. We got a mini Range 15 reunion here.
Hello,
We've got
Mindy.
Mindy Robinson.
Hello. Mindy.
Welcome.
How you doing?
Welcome. Evan Hafer is here in Las Vegas.
He was
Nevada.
also in Range 15.
Here. Yeah.
He was in Range 15.
Also in Range 15.
First 5 minutes.
Missing a penis. Missing a penis in Range 15. We got Jared Taylor. We got Randy Couture. How are you doing, sir?
Very, very good. Thank you.
And then Mr. Matt Best. He was the lead of that lovely film.
Oh, yeah.
He's
I'm
the
not
hero.
proud of that.
Yeah,
He
you
was
should
the
be.
hero.
You were the hero.
Yeah, but that's just writing. I wasn't actually the hero.
Well,
you guys are my heroes.
He was the Euro.
Yeah, you were the
was-
hero.
It was
I
a
love
gyro.
Euros.
Yeah, I do too.
You were the Euro. And Randy, you and Mindy live in Vegas full time, right?
Yeah, I've
Yeah,
been here
we do.
12 years.
Holy shit.
Do you like Vegas?
I like it a lot.
Do you like it, Mindy?
Yeah, you can like kill a grifter and like no one even notices.
Wow.
That's
Grifter?
so true. A
Wow.
grifter.
Wow.
I've
Yeah.
always wanted to
Grifter,
kill a
that's like-
stranger.
You know those people that live under
Yeah,
the
but you
highway
guys-
underpass?
Did they legalize that with the
Marijuana. Yeah.
So
Marijuana,
it's
yeah.
like the
You guys also
legal
live on a really
drifter
good side
murder
of
law.
Like,
Got it.
where it's like convenient, where you're not dealing with the Vegas traffic. It's nice over there where you guys
Yeah, I think if you have to get to Summerlin, northwest side of town, then you're dealing with Spaghetti Bowl and
Yeah.
it's a mess.
I did
Or
see
the 215, which is also a mess on a lot.
they're breaking ground on the new Raiders
Yep.
Stadium.
Yep.
They are.
Fucking massive over there.
Infrastructure. The Golden Knights have been kicking butt in hockey. and-
Yeah.
Do you know that Black Rifle is a premier sponsor of the Golden
That's
Knights?
right.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
go there
First
tomorrow.
year.
Jared will be singing the national anthem this weekend.
Really?
Yeah.
At the
Not
Mavericks.
at the Golden Knights.
The
I'm going to the
Mavericks.
The Mavericks?
Yes.
Wait, Dallas Mavericks?
No. The Kansas City Mavericks.
Who is the Kansas City Mavericks?
They are the Division 1 team.
Gotcha.
Is that
So
what
they're
it is? Is it
starting
called
you small.
AAA. What's it called?
Why are you looking at me?
This
I don't know. Because you know everything.
I
this
don't know
makes
anything
more
about
sense
sport.
now.
Yeah, but I don't either.
It's like
know anything
AAA,
about
I
sports.
believe.
Yeah, it's like
Sorry,
They're not
sorry,
sure if
minor
you're ready
league
for
hockey.
prime time.
Yes,
Yeah.
I got a test bed.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's the same thing with the national anthem as it is in pro sports of like, hey, let's not have him fuck it up in front of all these lovely people who came in from out of town. Let's
not do
push
the
him off.
Super
Let's push him
Bowl.
off to Kansas City. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
I
gonna
will
be-
say I can't think of something more nerve-wracking than singing the national anthem because a joke, delivery, anything you can fuck up and still be okay with it. You fuck up one line, one word, one note.
Notes.
Yeah.
Yep.
You're right.
Get the fuck out.
Forever.
You're
It's not an easy
anti-American.
song to sing.
Way
No
to
pressure,
amp
Jared.
him up.
I'm done.
Yeah.
Way to amp him up, bro.
No pressure
fine.
whatsoever.
No pressure.
I
Sing
said
it
this
plenty.
podcast and you did it well.
I'll be all right.
Well, it's about time because it's fucking loose.
It
Like,
is.
You know the golden
It's
rule.
like it's like he blended ceviche, left it out on the
Oh,
warm
yikes.
trash
No.
can. It just
Yikes.
leaks out of there.
I never used it.
Suddenly I can smell that.
Oh, you can't.
Yeah,
That's just
exactly.
Jared, though. That's just Jared. That ceviche
That's-
smell, that 3-day-old ceviche, is Jared full time. I would like to see a cologne commercial.
Daniel stopped me from ordering seafood today.
Thank
And
Christ.
he would not let me. I was
What
upset.
kind of seafood though? You're not like
I mean, I was-
I got the nice trout.
No, I was
you're
looking
like
for-
fucking
I
fried
was looking for some
calamari
fish
with
and some
lobster.
octopus.
He's got a ceviche
quick
guy.
lobster.
Some
Yeah.
squid.
I don't.
He's
Yeah.
gonna
Turn
drive
me
down
on.
from
Yeah.
Salt Lake in his
My
in his
ceviche
It
Saturn.
smell like crawfish.
Yeah. I was looking for some crawfish today.
Randy, what's the best seafood place so Jared doesn't have to eat out of a fucking gas station
Oh my
bathtub?
gosh.
I mean, hot and juicy gives it to you
Oh
by
my
the
gosh,
bag.
that's right.
Hot
By
and
the
They give
juicy?
you these,
Bag.
yeah.
Wait,
Over
by
on
the
Spring
bag?
Mountain.
Okay.
There's two of
Oh,
them
yeah.
on
There's
Spring
two of them
Mountain.
right next to
You
each
can
other.
buy
They
a
make
bag,
that much
you
money.
can
Say, I want
chime
a bag
down
of
and-
seafood.
yeah,
They give you a
that's actually how they
plastic
serve
bag,
it.
a bib, plastic gloves,
Gloves.
which do not last. You blow through those things like a condom on prom night. Like it's nothing.
Wow.
It's just awful.
Wait, you wore a condom on prom night?
I didn't either.
No,
I did. My pullout game was real strong.
Yeah, I'm
Real strong.
17.
John Wayne.
Yep.
STIs
Had
don't
to.
exist.
No,
Had
no,
to.
No, yeah.
I had the John Wayne walk afterwards too, by the way, where I was like actually on that horse.
Well,
where I
the
was
girl's
like, man.
supposed to have the walk, not you.
Wow.
You're doing it right.
You don't understand. Do you know what the accordion is? That's where my legs go above my head. And that's just that's a move I was trying
Thank you
out in
for
high
the
school.
visual. That's in there.
Something I was trying out younger. As they get a little older, don't pull out the accordion
You
very
said
much.
You were limber.
What's
for
that?
Christ's sake.
he said he was
Well,
limber
it's
earlier.
just a different
Now we know
ball
where that
game now.
limberness came
Yeah,
from.
it's just a different ball game now. You know what I'm saying? Like downward dog, upper body, real limber. Lower body, real.
Now I know what I'm
real,
doing later.
Not,
So.
Yeah, evidently so do I.
Welcome to Drinkin' Bros.
Right? Nothing defines Vegas like monogamous sex. Dude, like I came to Vegas day one. I'm getting that wife pussy, dude. And
Yeah.
I got
Oh
it.
God!
did.
Every time you say that, I
get
feel
the
weird.
shit.
I know.
It crawls up my skin.
No one wants to hear about sex with your wife though.
That's
and
what
I know
I'm
I've
saying,
learned that too.
Bro,
where it's just like,
so I'm
yeah.
in Vegas, right? I wake up, I'm taking a shower. My wife, cleans her mascara out, starts, jerking the old Winklejohn, and then I go to
What?
bed and
The
pound
fuck
it out
is a
for
Winklejohn?
6.5 minutes until we climax together.
Especially
Full
where
on New
it's
Mexico there with the Winklejohn.
I know.
What the fuck?
But
Sorry,
especially when
Greg
it's
Jackson, I love you. I'm sorry for that, Winklejohn. Just a great academy, awesome. I hope you enjoyed the coffee I sent.
I like that you call your penis the Winklejohn though.
Yeah, that's very proper. Is it
After
English?
your favorite MMA fighters.
Because when I pull out, I just kind of
Yeah.
it gives a little wink.
I feel
A little
sick.
Just a little wink.
I feel audibly sick
What?
Wow.
Why?
because
It's hard to talk about
like a
sex with your
gross.
wife in front of
Oh.
people.
Sometimes I have a runny nose when I pull
know?
out too, because there's still a little bit of that. What do you call
Oh,
it?
boy.
Jared?
Here we go.
Jared hates cum.
Oh.
Yeah. He can't stand
You
it.
can
Like
almost
his
make
own
him throw
cum,
up.
or-
He doesn't like to
In
talk
general.
about it, doesn't like to be around
I
it,
don't
doesn't.
like to hear about
It's
it.
amazing that you're a straight male who has sex in this world. Like I'm going to be totally real. The way that it frightens you scares me. Where something happened as a child, like it was a teacher or a janitor or a car. Who
This is
taught you how
like
to
an
drive a car?
intervention.
Who taught you how to drive a car? Was it that guy?
Mr. Pasco.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it was Mr. Pasco. Mr. Pasco was like, "Get in, we're driving stick today," and it's like, "Oh, it's automatic." No,
No,
it's still
you're driving
stick.
stick.
Still stick today.
Still stick today.
Push that
buddy.
clutch in, boy. Let me show you how it's
Oh
drive it.
God.
Are you gonna have like a crazy fun time since you're single in Vegas, or what are you doing?
Yeah, what are you doing, man?
Yeah.
Like,
What?
I mean,
Are
you're,
you, like,
you're
since you're
single,
single in
swinging
Vegas?
and just
no,
down here.
I'm not single.
What?
Oh.
So you're not single anymore? You want to tell the audience who you're dating now?
Yeah.
Oh.
Miss Heather Lynn.
Ugh.
Okay.
What?
What? Nothing.
Why do you have to Ralph every time I say it?
Randy.
Because nobody likes the smell of burning trash.
No.
Nobody.
Jared's going through what we call a midlife crisis.
No, I'm not.
We've all have a
First
friend.
step is denial. So we get
I'm
there.
not in a midlife crisis.
Yeah.
You're in a
You're a
life.
liar. You are a
crisis.
liar.
Yeah.
You are
He's in a life crisis.
I'm not in a life
Mindy,
crisis.
do you have any friends who are in a midlife crisis where you're like, man, they just cannot get their shit together, dating a bunch of people who you're like, man, they should not be dating these people?
No.
Not one.
Officially? No.
No
It's
girlfriends.
a shit show fucking thing at this
God,
age,
my wife has
honestly.
got like 3 of those friends where it's just like I hear the most horrific stories from them, and I'm like, oh my God, this there's a reason why you're like this. Like you get it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
One of Jesse's, she'll probably be pissed about this, but whatever.
You don't have to say a name, you know.
Yeah, say a name.
It
Kendra.
rhymes with
Yeah, exactly.
Sorry, Kendra at the hair salon. You fucking
It
bitch.
rhymes with Yandria. Yandria. I'm kidding.
Andrea. Yeah.
No, but she had a date and like a one night stand. She was like, it was going so great, it was awesome, and like I really thought I found my spiritual fucking soul showing all this stuff, right? She decided she was gonna snuggle in the bed or whatever, and then they had sex one more time. The guy's like, hey man, it's time to leave. They were smoking weed. And she got a little too high, and she's like, no, I've gotten too high. I'm staying here. I'm staying in this bed. And he's like, well, you can't stay in this bed. And it turns out he was dating somebody else. Homegirl was about to come home after 2:00.
Oh, I would have stayed
She goes,
around.
she goes, oh no, I'm staying in this bed. And he goes, great, because this bed's going out the window. Opened up the window. It was a twin-size bed. Stuffed the mattress through the window.
Wait,
and
they
went out the
fucked on a
second
twin?
floor. Oh yeah, they
That's
fucked on a
actually kind
twin.
of impressive.
That's what I said.
Whoa. What kind of adult does that?
That was my first answer.
No,
What's
How
like
do you get a
25?
girl
Hold
on
on.
a twin bed?
No,
I
no, no.
fucked a
Yeah.
twin.
No,
That's
no,
the
a
question
twin
I want to
bed.
know.
That's
What
shitty.
fucking adult
It's
is
like
having sex on a twin
this is
bed?
fine.
So
That's
Mindy,
not a
you
twin.
can speak on this. Los Angeles,
Yeah.
1 bedroom, possibly a studio.
All right.
Oh,
okay.
I still had a full.
And it was you know a
I had a
600 square
living
foot
room
place.
bed. I had a kitchen bed in
Yes,
Los
you did.
Angeles
Yes,
and
you
an
did.
Airbnb
So
with
you
him.
know exactly what happened.
Yeah, but I had a bigger bed than that asshole.
It was barely above.
What
a
if
twin.
that was
You
the
could
plan?
squeeze
You
that
get
out
a
the
twin
window.
so she can't stay over.
Window.
There's a fair size window. He
That's what I'm saying.
pushed her out the second story.
Not the
Her the
girl, the bed, the twin mattress,
Jesus
and
Christ.
said, "Look, if you're staying in the bed, like, great. I'm throwing the mattress out the
He did
goddamn
not.
window."
He actually did that.
Did it full on? Did it? Not only that, but it landed in an alleyway between them, and the spaces are tight in L.A.
Well, yeah.
So like. Somebody called the police of like, hey, somebody threw a fucking twin bed out the window.
How do you tell your
Is that-
girlfriend
Would
when
have
she
been
comes
more
home?
impressive if she was still
I
on.
do the
Honest,
best.
right?
God,
Yes.
it would have been amazing. Or
Yeah, you ever been to the slopes, bitch?
But how? But wait, where does this go?
if he
does
would have went
she-
downstairs
police show
and
up
they
for
fucked
that?
on the the police
Had to
came.
show up for twin bed out a window.
Well, she's screaming at this point.
What
Oh.
code is
Stuffing the bed
that?
out
Is
the
anybody
window.
a cop? What code is that
Yeah, I
for
don't
bed
know.
out the window?
I don't know. It's like a 3P46. We have a
Niner.
We have a bed out the second story window.
Tempur-Pedic out
Hey
the
guys, we
second
got a
story.
we got a twin Tempur-Pedic
Yeah.
rolling
He's like,
out
it's
the
a twin.
second
Yeah,
story.
I don't know who's an adult and sleeps on a twin either.
But speaking of which, we got some sponsors who pay for the show, and if a mattress gets thrown out the window, make sure it's a ghost bed from ghostbed.com. Ghostbed.com/Drinkin Bros is the most comfortable mattress you'll ever have. We all have one. It can easily fit out a window. Type in the promo code Drinkin Bros for $50 off a mattress. It does have a pay-as-you-go plan. And they give you 2 free pillows every time you buy a mattress. Next up, we got BlackRifleCoffee.com. Evan Hafer, why don't you tell us about it? You're drinking it right now.
I am. I'm drinking Black Rifle coffee and Jameson. So it's kind of like a
Well,
Irish
Fill her up during the
coffee
sponsors.
without the
Yeah.
Baileys, basically. And Black Rifle Coffee is a roast to order, premium roast to order coffee company. As of last week, we have absolutely decided the city and state, as you know, Texas.
Drum roll.
Drum roll, please. San Antonio.
San Antoine.
San Antonio. Yeah, there you go. So we shifted. What we said was what we wanted to make this move for was the customer. So we did. So we took the customer data. We overlaid that with the followers between Black Rifle Coffee, Invest, me, Jared, pretty much everybody. And the city that shook out at the highest was San Antonio by far. So what I say is like the customers actually decided to move. We didn't. So we
Well,
are
Texas
going
as
to
a whole, and then more
build.
yeah.
Oh yeah, Texas as a whole,
We're
and then
excited.
San Antonio within Texas. You guys decided
Texas, you
where we
guys
were going to
win.
move. We are probably the only company in the fucking world that let our customers decide where the fuck we were going to move out of.
I love
Utah.
that.
And that's
So,
true.
love
So
that.
we did a show, and you guys said you guys were going to Austin. We received a bunch of messages from listeners, and they said, "Hey, San Antonio is where we want you guys to come," and you guys actually did it.
That's
well,
right.
not I mean, based on that, but this was like a deep dive into
Yeah.
numbers,
Real
and-
data.
and everything, and like how much impact can we bring to the local community, and it shook out to
And
be
who's
San
going to
Antonio.
support?
Everybody
Who's
said
gonna
too
be
many
there for us?
hipsters in
Man.
Austin. Come to San Antonio.
It's so cool.
Fits the company better.
We I talked today with Levi Rogers. He owns a real estate company down there. He does a ton of different housing for veterans. He's got 27 people that work for him. He's got a fucking fantastic business. He's going to be taking us under his wing, showing us the entire San Antonio area. And then we've got a ton of veteran-based initiatives already slated between the local community, Black Rifle Coffee, Levi. It's fucking awesome,
And
man.
if you happen
like,
to be
it's
in the
just
San
fucking
Antonio
awesome.
area, make
Yep.
sure you're checking and frequenting Black Rifle and job postings because we're going to be hiring a shit ton of people
lot
in the
of people
local
getting hired.
San Antonio
50
area.
people in
Yeah.
the next.
That's ranging
you wanna
from
work with us.
content to media to marketing to
Film.
brick and mortar to baristas to everything everything out there from executive level positions all the way down to getting your foot in the door with a company and growing from there. So a lot of opportunity.
So
man.
if you want to work for Black Rifle Coffee and you live in the San Antonio area, or if you're willing
Let
to
us
move,
know.
let us know.
Yes.
Heck yeah.
And go to Black
Just
Rifle
go ahead and
Coffee.
email Dave.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Go to
Just kidding. Do
blackriflecoffee.com.
not
Use the
email
promo
Dave.
code Drinkin Bros for 20% off. Join the coffee club of the month. That's the
right.
fucking jam. And again,
Jam.
if you're a K-Cup guy like myself, they're about $4 cheaper than Costco, and they get delivered to your house on the same day every single month. Next up, we've got StrikeForceEnergy.com. Oh, yeah.
I've got a little Strike Force in my cup right now.
I actually did. I poured some in there.
Same. I need a little pick-me-up, Buttercup.
It really helps with the vodka.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's called
Doesn't
a
make
Stradka.
me sleepy.
It's called a Stradka. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com. They got 4 delicious flavors: original, lemon, orange, make America grape again. Their little boxes are only $9.95, so grab it for $10. See if you like it. You might drink it and get all hopped up and jump off a building. The other part of you might drink it, go to the gym, and lift 400 for the first
If
time.
you're
in your
lucky,
life.
you'll be riding a mattress.
You're goddamn right you will. Goddamn right you will.
You just put all the sponsors together right there.
That's
a
like
mattress, energy, and
Boom.
coffee.
I
all in
know.
one.
That's like
was it?
a white
What was
girl
that?
Aladdin. You know, that's
what
like
we
a
call
white
it.
basic girl Aladdin just
True professional.
on a
Hey.
twin bed in L.A.
Is that
Twin
Eric?
bed in
Is
LA.
that Eric in there?
That is it.
Oh, okay. All right.
It is.
Good.
It is. Last but not least, we got Sig Sauer. Matt Best. Why don't you tell us about Sig?
Did you go out? Who was there on? We should get Jim on that because they have all these new toys out there at Range Day for SHOT
Yeah, how
Show.
was Range Day?
How did you
Yeah.
check out the SIG booth?
Yeah, I did.
How was
I
it?
There. SIG booth. It's the
Or-
whole thing is SIG.
Well, that's true.
Oh,
Well, SIG
yeah.
Range Day, and then today was Range Day as well, right? Or was it completely hosted by SIG today as well?
All SIG today.
All
oh
Sig.
shit! All
Up in
today.
Northwest,
All SIG.
it's done. I don't know about any of the other
Okay.
places around town.
You,
but
you get to shoot a few.
yeah, I did. It was awesome. They have that new the 360.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Really nice.
I haven't got to
And
shoot
that
it yet.
365 was really nice as well for a little belly gun. It shot really nice.
Really?
I was surprised, and I got these.
Meat cleavers on
Which
there.
I
You have nice
love.
hands for a man of destruction who's torn people's body parts off of them. You have nice hands. I'm surprised.
They're very
surprised.
girthy.
What's that?
They're girthy fingers.
Yeah, they are. They are
They're
girthy.
big hands.
They are girthy.
Yeah, but
go
if you guys don't know Sig Sauer, man, check him out. Everybody knows I carry my MPX every day on Sunday. That is my go-to. I kind of like aggressively pull a 30 round with my MPX, and I call it a pistol still because it is, so I can conceal carry it, and that's my fuck you gun because why have 7 bullets when you can have 30? I live by those words.
Exactly.
I also live by the words of shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to yell at them.
Yeah.
Heather Lynn, Jared's girlfriend. Can you tell everybody to be quiet in there? That'd be great.
Jared's new girlfriend is here.
You have to.
Yeah.
So we got a big show here. We got Mindy Robinson. You did a thing on Saturday night, which I think was super interesting and also potentially career killing.
You know what? It's not really.
Did you
Saturday
speak at that?
afternoon.
Tell the audience what.
So, I guess I'm speaking to you. I spoke at Conservative Women for America, which, when you're a Hollywood actor, I'm not a big Hollywood actor, but a Hollywood actor.
Yeah.
Well, you've been in more movies than every big Hollywood actor, so there's
Pretty
some-
much,
But
yeah.
my mom doesn't recognize me in half the stuff, so it's kind of weird. It's a weird gig. Like,
To be honest,
do
your
these
mom's
characters-
blind though.
She's crazy. She is crazy. No,
I don't
Legally
see
blind.
that as a career killer. I mean, there is a divide.
I
there.
can't be in movies from the base that I'm an
No.
open like fucking pro gun guy.
Absolutely.
It's fucked me in every channel ever, and I still don't care.
So exactly.
Sorry, Randy, I didn't put you in that box. It was just
Yeah,
me.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
right here. All the hate right here.
But in Hollywood, and I'll break this down. There was a secret group of conservatives and Republicans for years and years called FOA. It was called Friends. It stood for Friends of Abe, and they used to have a secret meeting, usually at a hotel. They'd rent out a banquet for Republicans in Hollywood once a month to
and
meet.
you'd think we were running nuclear weapons, but we're really
yeah.
just conservatives.
And you had to have somebody invite you behind the
Yeah.
scenes. I can tell the story now, but
Go for it.
I like Kevin Sorbo invited me, and he was
I
like,
love Kevin Sorbo.
because we were on set talking about immigration or something, and he goes, "Oh." He goes.
I
wait.
too
It's like
believe
a
in
secret
laws.
passcode.
Totally, but in like a
Immigration,
smooth voice
eh?
where he goes, "Hey, you wouldn't happen to be Republican, would you?"
And I was like, wait, is that like when you're playing
happened.
Xbox with your buddy and he touches your
Gosh.
crotch and you don't say no and you're like,
yeah.
Oh.
You're like,
Wait, I've never had this happen.
Oh,
I've never had this happen.
I mean hypothetically and stuff
Oh, yeah,
and all that.
yeah. So
Don't
I
remember
go,
that.
I go. Perhaps I was like, because you don't know whether I didn't know whether he was gonna say I'm a Democrat or whatever, like fuck off, and I was like, perhaps I am.
You
Are
do the secret
are
thing.
you?
You're like, I also like guns. Like you go back and forth between like I don't know,
and that's
sensible
essentially
shit.
what it was. Like he was eating steak, and I go,
Absolutely.
I'm eating steak too for lunch. And then he goes, all right, and it was like finally like he found a buddy to be like, it's called FOA, Friends of Abe, and you go and you have to bring a buddy and all this shit. And I was like, oh, fuck, and I was like, who else is in this group? And there was some people I was surprised.
There is some people, but
Mark-
it's secret, and we're
Mark
not gonna.
Cherry,
I
like
mean,
Mindy's new
Ron
page
Howard, yes.
So the joke
has
is
become that. Oh, I
absolutely.
like
So the thing
page.
is,
Yeah.
I have been blocked on Facebook. I got blocked 3 times in a month for like criticizing radical Islam terrorists because that's awful. Apparently, criticizing Antifa, like dumb American shit that should not be banned on Facebook. So I created the American AF Mindy. I, for the record, almost bought American Ass Fuck Mindy because I wasn't very good at proofreading. And I'm like,
that's not really good when you're like in a
No.
long-term relationship with Randy.
Faggio jeans.
but I was so excited. I'm like, it's available.
got a
I'll do
great one on
American.
this one.
Oh, that says ass fuck Mindy. I need to. So I did AF just so no one else makes that mistake. And I created this blog and I do these really fun, conservative, patriotic, pro-military, pro-law enforcement, pro-gun kind of articles. And big name celebrities, big, huge name celebrities will come up to me and go, I secretly follow your page. I'm like, thank you. He's like, I can't retweet anything or share it. I'm like, that's cool. I don't need any of that. It's awesome. But no, there is a huge.
And is this on Facebook?
Well,
She
no.
bought the .com.
So you
I
got the-
bought AmericanAFMindy.com, not
Okay.
AssFuck.
Not as fun.
Not
I don't know
as
what
much,
that's
yeah.
going to take you to anymore.
Ross actually had a snafu with GoDaddy as well.
I did.
He was trying.
What'd
to,
you almost buy?
He was the marketing director for a new up and coming jean
company was called Faggio Jeans. I misspelled it and I accidentally bought faggot jeans.
That's awesome, though.
So I had to
That could
call
be a market.
GoDaddy and say, hey, I really apologize.
They get the
I was
crotch
like,
cut out or
made a
something?
brutal mistake. I pressed the wrong key and I accidentally bought faggot jeans. And he goes, oh, I'm sorry. Yes, you did buy faggotjeans.com. And I was like, I did. And I was like, my boss is not really happy, but it's Faggio. He's Parisian. And the guy had to repeat
Nice one,
the
sausage
phrase.
fingers.
Yeah.
He had to repeat the phrase from GoDaddy,
So would you
faggot
like
jeans,
to
over and over and over again.
faggotjeans.com
Yeah.
for the Faggio?
And I was like, let me ask you one more time because I want to
That's
double
Indian,
check.
sorry.
Nobody will know that I bought faggot jeans, correct? And they were like, no one will know. And I was like, great, because if this were on a podcast right now, I would be super
be
embarrassed.
so embarrassed.
And if you haven't listened to Faggio jeans, go back to our catalog to listen to that episode.
early hundreds, I think. Faggio jeans.
Are they like super tight? You should have just kept it. You probably could have sold it.
I do own it. It was the best $8.99 I've spent. Best $8.99.
Mine was fuckthefuckoff.asia.
Oh, .asia.
Yeah.
Dot
Yeah.
Asia.
It was
Actually,
right
when
when
we-
Dot Asia came out.
When we first started Article 15 Clothing, I messed up that URL. Instead of Article 15 Clothing, I put fuckmyass.com.
Yep.
And it was terrible for about 3 months.
For about
Okay.
3 months.
Yeah, but we
Thank
got
Got
it
his
mixed
phone
up.
number
Like,
and his
yeah.
address.
It's fucking crazy.
Said he was into a rape fantasy
Yeah,
and just to
it
break into the
super
house.
weird.
It
Which
said
happens.
exactly
Ah.
which window was open.
This is
Website
deteriorating
snafus.
rapidly.
Website snafus.
Jesus
Like
Christ.
this about me page tells me on my first story window on the kitchen side to unlock, you'll
yeah.
see a slight crevice. Just pop that open. There
Just
might be a
don't-
screwdriver on the kitchen
and the screens
It was a
mean
weird
enter
A screwdriver.
harder.
information.
Yeah.
over
The
there.
Look for the
screens mean
tricolored
enter
Fruit
harder.
Loops.
Yeah, the
Oh.
tricolor Fruit Loops.
You got to get those tricolor because if it's a single color, you know what that means.
Oh, is it like
He
Cocoa
said
Puffs?
no
Is that
condoms,
different?
just put a
Homosexual.
dryer sheet over it.
Oh boy, that's rough.
Yeah.
Literally,
That is rough.
literally and figuratively. Hey, Minnie, since we have a
Yes.
women on the show, and we don't typically have women on the
Nope,
show.
we
Can
sure
I get
don't.
your?
I have no idea why.
I want to ask you about the Me Too movement that's going on. I know you have some thoughts on
I
it.
do have thoughts on it. Well, here's the thing: like when the Me Too started, it was so well-meaning. It was kind of cool to see.
It always starts off well-meaning, doesn't
It
it?
does always start off well-meaning, and then it just gets fucked in the ass without lube. And so what would happen was,
I think that's what Me Too is.
I think what it
Sorry.
is-
Oh God.
no one consents to that.
Typically, I would laugh at that statement. Now I look over at Randy and then keep a stone face. Like
He'll
didn't even
tell
see
you
it.
I'm more terrifying any day.
Didn't even see it.
But no. So the Me Too movement, like you wanted to, like you're like, oh my god, like all these awful things that Hollywood had hidden, yet somehow yelled morality at us last year. Because
Yeah.
the president did say pussy, and that's way worse than all the raping that was going on that they were
Well,
hiding.
it was, in fairness, it was he said it was going to grab it. He was going to grab the pussy.
I
And it was on a
mean-
hot mic. Like,
yeah.
yeah.
No, that was not.
That was
like-
figurative. That was a secret, yeah.
recorded. It wasn't.
But dude, I say
Yeah.
pussy like 8 times a day, and so
Only
he
8's
said pussy like
same.
16 years ago. Well,
And like, look,
you gotta be creative. You gotta say like cum dumpsters. You gotta switch it up.
I
You gotta switch it up.
I talked to my wife about this. Like when the Trump thing came out about
Yeah.
grabbing by the pussy.
I don't care.
That's how dudes talk anyways.
Absolutely, that's how I talk.
I didn't even lie to her. I didn't even like pretend because a lot of guys were like,
that
"Oh
is
no,
how we
none of us
talk.
talk like that." I told her, she
But
was
I
like,
knew what he
do you think of
meant.
this? And I was like,
But I knew
said
what he meant.
worse shit about an hour ago.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like to my mom. Of
Yes.
like, you know what I'm
My
saying?
mom's not gonna remember, so I do say awful shit.
Same.
But no, it is true. Like when I heard that, I'm like, he's fucking around. Like he's talking about like you're on a date and it's going hot, and you're just like, fuck making out. Like, I got what he was going
Yeah.
for. But then it turns out
Feed the ponies.
Hollywood's been raping each other for years, and now they're like, yeah, my Oscars, like, they covered it and they did all this shit. And so first the Me Too movement was like, yeah, we know Weinstein did a bunch of shit. We knew a bunch of people did a bunch of shit. And then it got stupid. Like, you had the people that were going against Trump where she's like, he asked for my phone number. And you're like,
Yeah.
Listen,
no one
anybody came up to
cares.
me and said you could be Iron Man, I'd say who do I would be?
Who do I
I
fuck?
would be MacGruber.
Yeah.
Who
Two
do I have to
hands.
fuck? I'll suck his dick. I'll suck his dick.
No.
Somebody fuck me.
You would not have to fuck anybody. You
Nope.
just have to lose a solid 60 to 80 pounds, and then you could
Then you
maybe
could be
try
Iron
out
Man.
for it.
I'm never gonna be Iron
That's
Man.
okay.
I thought it was gonna
I-
be easy.
It just
thought I could fuck my way to get to Iron
just
Man.
dawned on me what's going on. This is rape prevention for you. What you
Yeah.
have going on.
Yeah.
This is the greatest shield you could ever have.
He is hard to
You were
kidnap.
down in
No one will
Hollywood.
have sex with you.
No, you were down in
Forcefully.
Hollywood for Range 15.
Yep.
This is where it started. This is your shield. I got it now.
What?
You
What
packed on the
shield?
pounds.
No,
you
that's-
stink. You're just hairy and fucking weird.
We did
Yeah, I
Instead of
got it.
Iron
I
Man,
got it
you
now.
could be
Paint your
Iron
teeth
Skillet,
yellow.
man.
Like there's all these things that you're doing to.
So
yeah,
it's not.
a shield. It
Now it's
definitely- I
just
did this
sad.
on purpose.
All right,
I did
now
this on
it's-
purpose.
It is kind of hard. It is kind of hard to laugh at him when
Yes,
he's got a hot
I
ass
di-
girlfriend now.
I didn't.
That is
At the end of the day, he's won. He's won. It's
Yeah.
hands
I
down.
have.
Drop the mic,
I
kind of.
He has.
There's-
A
yeah.
lot of people are shaking their head behind cameras saying, no, he hasn't won. He has not won.
I said hot. I didn't. I
think
Totally
I've won.
fine.
I-
No, you
I
have.
think you
For
did
me.
too.
Look, everybody has a different thing, and like I feel like you found love in a hopeless place for the next 2 weeks. I feel like the next 2 weeks are going to be very blissful.
We all do like the rape prevention thing. Like I have a Spanish wife. She will fucking cut people.
Oh, she will
So,
stab.
Yeah, she's feisty
Yeah.
as fuck. So
Yeah.
That's
my
what they
kind of-
do.
my shield, you know. I just prefer to be in shape and
Exactly.
shower.
And Randy, you and Mindy have been together for a long time.
Dude.
4 years.
4 years.
Yeah.
That's,
Wow.
You know what that is in
in
Hollywood?
Hollywood,
years?
that is, boy.
That's like
That-
25.
That's like dog years. So
Yeah,
28
exactly.
years. That's like 28 years.
Yeah,
That's
that
nice.
makes sense. 20 and a
In
half.
Hollywood, yeah, that's dog years. This is
Yeah.
plus 7.
How do you find a proper balance between, because you're filming a lot, she films a lot. How do you guys find a proper balance in a relationship?
It's just kind of worked out. It's a rare occasion that she's filming something and I'm not free to go hang out or any other way around. So
Yeah, you guys
it just
travel a
kinda
lot,
worked
right?
out. Yeah, we
Together,
travel a
yeah.
ton.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's both what we're both looking for is that kind of that companion that gets it, that we can hang with and travel with. So.
Sure. And you were on Hawaii 5-0 a few times. I
4
think
times
that's
now,
the
yeah.
travel companion where you have to
Oh, yeah,
actually fly to
she's-
Hawaii.
How many-
I think
I got that question the other day. So, when are they going to bring you back on Hawaii 5-0, by the way?
Oh yeah.
You really need another. No, you're lucky you weren't there a couple weeks ago.
Exactly.
You would have gotten a lovely text message when you woke up.
Because I follow both
Oh,
of you.
yeah, right.
I follow you both
There's
of
a
you on
fucking
Instagram.
missile. You're gonna die. That was wonderful.
Yeah, that
that
was
someone just
something.
clicked the wrong
Yeah,
thing.
what would you have done?
Thanks. Yeah, we
Nothing.
have done?
I would have got some
Pretty busy.
whiskey. That's what I would have done. Like, oh fuck it. I don't want to go sober.
I follow both of you on Instagram. Whenever she's poolside drinking a drink by herself in her Instagram and you're not there, I'm like, oh, he's doing Hawaii 5-0 again. That must be what it is. Because
No,
no
Rob.
one's at the pool by themselves mid-afternoon in Hawaii.
Ask her
Ross-
about her swim on the
No, so
last
check this out.
episode.
So he's working on Hawaii 5-0 in Hawaii, and I don't have to do shit. So the wardrobe lady was nice enough to give me a bikini. We're on like Turtle Bay. She's like, just go out there and swim. And I'm like, yeah, I can't believe. I get about, and I'm not a good swimmer. I get about, I don't know, 20 feet in, and then just searing pain. I'm like, yeah. Going back into shore, and now there's a
She got a
riptide, so I'm
stingray.
doggy paddling in against a riptide. Man of war, Portuguese man of war.
No
yeah.
way.
Yeah,
Stingray,
of course
huh?
it did.
No, man of war or jellyfish.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been fucked up by him.
Oh, it'll fuck your
Steve
day up.
Irwin died,
Where'd you get
died
stung?
by a stingray. Yeah, where'd you get stung?
So here's the thing. So
There's jellyfish, not.
it's a Portuguese man of war. I come in and I'm like, oh my
Jellyfish
god.
are way different than stingrays.
No, they're all the same. Steve
No,
Irwin
no,
died.
they're not
So.
even the same animal. You had a stingray with the
R.I.P.
the
Steve
thing.
Irwin. Bindy's
I
doing real well.
majored in this dumb shit. All right.
Bindy's doing
I
better than
digress.
ever.
One has a brain, the other doesn't. But
Yeah.
that's
Thank you. So I'm stung by a Portuguese man of war. The Hawaiians are like, that's a Portuguese man of war. No, I'm from New England. You get hit by a man of war, you're fucking dead. I'm like, so, and I'm looking at my arm, it's swelling, it's hives. I'm like, so this is how I die. It's a fucking, not even a fish. It's just a blob of jelly fucking cum just in the water, and it hit me. And they're like, What? Is that a booger?
No,
You
no,
did
no.
the international. I got a booger stash.
He's got a beard. He's got a
Jesus
beard.
Christ, Evan. So
When you talk about jellyfish, he just thinks about peeing, and then he thinks about being peed on.
yeah, I
Yeah.
think
So don't
there was
worry
some.
You're supposed to get peed on.
So how long did you have to live?
Yeah.
Well, I thought I was dying. They're like, no, man.
they're-
In
they're
like
dating
in
a ghost
Hawaii,
right now?
The
it
entire
just
cast
Are you dating
peed on
a
her.
ghost?
She's
Seriously?
fine.
no. We put like
Are you dating a ghost?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Is she
yeah.
still alive? Are you still alive,
You're
Mindy?
still alive, Mindy?
no.
Okay. How
I'm
did you get
dead.
out
Do
of
you have
that?
to eat?
How did you get out of
They
that?
had to put like salad dressing with vinegar on my arm.
And that was it.
What? Really?
But I couldn't complain because it's on the East Coaster. So I'm like, yeah, it's fine.
Is
And
the-
it looks
does
like
piss
goddamn.
actually help you
Yeah.
on a jelly?
Yeah.
Or is
It
that
does,
just,
yes.
is
It's
that
divinity.
just
If
If you have a dick,
acidity?
Matt,
Yep.
otherwise, how am I pissing on my upper arm?
You piss in a bucket and throw it, or do you run on the set of Hawaii Five-0 and go, I need Randy to piss on me?
Yeah. While
And
they're
then I'm on
shooting,
TMZ.
while they're shooting, just scream it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the middle of a shot.
Well, that's like R. Kelly. If he was smart, he'd been
Yeah.
like, that girl got stung by a jellyfish.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I was
Like, dude,
saving her.
There were
I
so
was
many
saving
jellyfish.
her.
Yeah.
This girl was.
She was bit by a jellyfish.
I was saving her life.
That's
that
what it
guy still
was.
a
It was,
thing?
is Harvey Weinstein was just trying to save a bunch of
Yes,
chicks.
He was just trying to fertilize that plant. Like,
Tom
shit.
neutralizes this. I got
Yeah.
this.
Has
Are
anybody
you an
else?
18-year-old boy that was stung by a jellyfish? Come see me. I'll piss on your
Oh,
face.
well, piss all over you.
This
Has
got
anybody
weird.
else used urine as a means to save themselves? Matt, I know you have, so I don't even know why you're laughing.
For what?
Did you drink your own
Urine.
piss?
Would I? I'd water roll the fuck out of my piss. I hydrate like a motherfucker. I'm sure
Yeah.
I can reabsorb some of it.
Yeah, we've
Okay.
talked about
no,
this.
I wait
We've
for
talked about this.
diarrhea.
As a kid in Georgia,
I know
I had
where
a
I've
bad
been. I don't
earache
wanna
in
drink it.
the lady, the doctor at the elementary school, warm urine said she got rid of the urine. I don't know where she got whose piss it was. I'm assuming it was hers.
Warm ear
She
in
put
your ear.
3 drops of urine inside my ear for an earache, and
That's not science.
I don't think. I
You
think
know?
you were
I don't
raped,
felt like it
Ross.
was
I
science.
feel like I'm
It's called
witnessing a
Georgia
crime.
medicine right there.
Georgia
Yeah, it's
medicine,
Georgia
it's a
medicine.
little Southern medicine is
Yeah.
what it was. But
Right.
look, piss goes a long way when you're doing stuff.
You know,
Athletes use it for their hands.
The fact that he said it was a she, I'm a little less concerned, but
Yeah,
I feel like I just witnessed a crime.
if it was a dude,
We've already
we've already been there,
come on,
Baker.
Baker.
You
We've
showed
already
up
said
late,
that.
you fucking
Yeah.
retard.
Sounds like 2 words.
I think Baker needs to get pissed
Shut the
on.
fuck
Yeah.
up, kidding.
Yeah. Just open your mouth and get on your knees.
Well, there's going to be an explosion. That's how you protect yourself.
There is.
It's the immediate action drill. Get on your knees and open your mouth. There's going to be an explosion. I want you to be
Gonna be a lot.
protected. I want you to be protected, baby.
I don't think that's how that works.
Not at all. Not
Right?
at all.
Dan's giving me the thumbs up. He
Dave's
knows that's
Hey,
true.
can we get
Dave's
an
not
artist
giving
to
you
draw a diagram of this? Like just like the
The
arc
nuclear
inside an
blast is
airplane?
going to blow off your clothes and cause burns. You need to get naked, get on your knees, and open your mouth. That's the way you protect yourself. It's
Yeah.
a duck
I'm
and
really,
cover.
I'm really intrigued by the peeing thing. So, like, a more hydrated pee wouldn't work for a jellyfish because
That's
you
what I
need
think.
acidity. So you want like a really, you
You
eat
want an alcoholic.
asparagus,
I
you're
don't think
hungover.
Call
I don't
me.
think it helps jellyfish. I think it's an urchin thing. If you step on an urchin in Hawaii, they say you pee on your foot.
Really?
Yeah, I've heard this before. But again,
We should probably
I'm
consult
not
a
experienced
doctor
that.
Google this
or a
after it.
physician.
I'm gonna Google
somebody,
it after.
somebody with a medical degree.
Hey,
Yeah,
I wish we
exactly.
had. I wish we had a producer that was sitting behind a fucking computer
That can
Yeah.
tell
that
us
could do
things.
stuff like this.
I know
Like a
there is
guy
some
really
uric
cool
acid
to
in
do
urine,
stuff.
but
Like, that'd
Dave,
be rad.
you're
I
a
don't think
borderline
there's
monkey
enough-
banging on. Just bang on the keyboard. It's a Google. It's a simple. I like that
really
a
good
lot.
monkey,
That's a
right?
really good monkey.
Thank you.
Wow.
It's a really
I
good
learned
monkey.
episode of Planet of the
Yeah,
Apes.
you should.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you like
Start
Planet Earth?
marketing yourself.
It's a really good
Sound
monkey
effects.
sound.
TV
It's
show.
really fun when you do
Yeah,
it
it's cool
outside of your
shit.
friend's room in Thailand.
I needed to know that.
We've
Yeah.
been watching the
Matt's
the
a big
Cosmos
Planet Earth
one.
guy. Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
the Cosmos is
that's
great.
really
That's
Yeah.
with Morgan
It's really
Freeman
good.
narrates
No,
that, right?
no,
Oh,
no, no.
that's-
That's the
Tyrese.
Neil
Yeah.
Tyrone
Tyrese.
Lagrease kind of.
Look of all
Hey,
of
what's
us,
his
fuck
name? What's
up.
the physicist? The African
Neil
American physicist.
Lagrease?
There we go.
Neil
Neil
There it
deGrasse
is.
Tyson.
There it is.
So many
Yeah.
names.
Okay.
No, we don't even need Google.
In
We
the
got
teens
Daniel.
anyway.
Well, I know Morgan Freeman narrates one like solar.
Yeah. Oh,
solar
yeah.
system
Yeah, he
one.
does.
Oh no, he does
And
the
then-
God one.
Oh, is it the God?
Yeah.
one?
He
Maybe.
does the
one,
God
yeah.
one.
That one's really interesting.
Well, he
too.
produces it, so
Okay.
that's
Was that-
his thing.
Was that that movie
Through the
with Jim
wormhole,
Carrey?
yeah. What's that?
Was
yes,
that
he
Bruce
was. He was.
Almighty?
He was God in Bruce Almighty as
Bruce
well.
Almighty.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's a good god.
Yeah, great guy.
Yeah,
Are
it's
you
great.
kidding me?
He's
Yeah.
okay.
He has a ladder and a mop. It's
Great
great.
god.
Yeah.
You didn't turn
I mean,
any
if you
wine
went
into
to
water.
heaven and Morgan Freeman was
Water.
God, that's a fucking win-win.
Yeah, it is
like
pretty
that,
win.
I just make him read me bedtime stories.
Well,
Yeah.
Ross can do
That's
that
Evan.
for half the price.
I do. I know for a quarter.
Go do it.
For
Do
a
it.
couple
Do
shekels.
it. Narrate.
It's okay.
Well,
I got you.
Knocking over shit. Who do
He's
you want to
already
narrate?
drank coffee and the Jameson in there.
Randy Couture. There he is. MMA legend. A guy who's torn many heads off their own fucking bodies. A man who can fuck for hours on hours without ever orgasming
I concur.
until he wants you to know it. He's a man so strong, so virile. People blush and die in front of him. If there was 2 masturbating butterflies right now on the table, I would not be surprised. That is Randy Couture. Small
If
Morgan.
I could do a slow clap.
Masturbating butterflies is awesome.
I love
Small
butterflies
Morgan.
masturbating.
Yeah,
That is,
that was
that
something.
is
Nice.
a-
That's a
nice.
nice touch.
It's okay.
It's a nice
That
touch.
was okay.
Touch,
we
yeah.
could film that with the Phantoms this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
we would
Yeah.
be. We'd get an award.
Yeah, we'd get
from
an award.
somebody.
But we're out here for SHOT Show, by the way. Randy, you have a big veteran charity, don't you?
I do. Extreme Couture GI Foundation. Actually going out to DC to Walter Reed at the end of the month.
Are you really?
To write checks. And,
That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, I think we've had the biggest and best year that we've had so far. Last year I got to write 13 checks to 13 families. This year it looks like we're going to get to write 16 checks.
Holy shit, that's
Wow.
amazing. How do you raise the money? Do you do fights? Do you do charities?
We do an Operation Knockout with Tough Enough here in
Mm-hmm.
Vegas. That is always the last 8 years has been a really, really good, successful fundraiser for us. We do a poker tournament, do a motorcycle poker run, a country concert. This year we're doing a trap shoot in April out at the Boulder City Gun Club.
I would love to.
Why-
Why, yeah, why,
Can I get,
yeah,
can I get an
yeah,
invite?
yeah.
'Cause
Oh,
I-
yeah, yeah.
Yes, we'd love you guys to come.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, however
shoot
we
with
can
us.
support
So,
the foundation, we're there.
You know, it started small with my gym and my gym staff. 100% of the proceeds that we raise goes directly into the hands of a soldier and his family that's been wounded, that's in transition, trying to get rally and get fitted and get back up and running. So
That's amazing. What year did you start that?
we started 10 years ago.
10 years already.
yeah.
Wow.
And I always like to say this, I don't think people know, you spent 6 years in the military, right? Mike?
6 years in the Army, yeah.
6 years in the Army. So it's-
1982 to 1988.
You were in Korea.
The United States Army,
shit.
Germany.
Germany.
Cold
Yeah.
War.
Yeah, no Korea,
no,
Germany.
it's super badass. I don't think a lot of people know that you have
They
a
don't. Yeah.
pretty long stint in the military. It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
So,
How was your time? Did you enjoy it?
amazing. 19 to 25 years old. It's a pretty formative time in your life, and I think I look at the world in a very particular way because of that experience. And you know, fortunately for me, there was no war going on. There was nothing going on at that time. So, unlike the guys nowadays, I didn't have to put my ass on the line. Nobody ever shot at me. I never had to shoot at anybody else. So,
No, you just said, fuck it, let's go punch faces for a living, you
well,
know?
and,
Yeah.
and you know, I think in that 6 years in the Army, I gained the confidence to realize I could compete at that level. And then I went from there to Oklahoma State and wrestled there for 4 years. And I think it was there I learned to win.
Right.
And then, you know, shortly after that, I rallied into MMA and started.
Are you a
fighting.
diehard for your alumni? Do you still go back for any games or anything?
I've been back to some games, and obviously they're one of the best wrestling programs in the country, and
Yeah.
follow them avidly.
Yeah, they're phenomenal.
My senior year, the head coach was his first year, John Smith, who's an amazing wrestler, arguably one of the best wrestlers in the United States historically, and he's still coaching to this day.
That's
So,
amazing.
Get to see him every now and then. I usually try to go to nationals and watch the guys because nobody remembers anything else that happened during the season. But then at NCAA's, if you win
The champion, everybody
yeah, that's
remembers.
what
You go out a
remembers
hero,
that,
yeah. The rest of it is
So,
kind of pretend
yeah,
up until that
yeah,
point.
So
Do you
this
still
year,
do you still follow MMA on a regular basis?
if my guys are fighting,
Yeah.
yes. So if I got guys fighting in Bellator, obviously Ryan, my son, is fighting in Bellator. If I
When
have
was his
guys
last
in the
one?
UFC,
Ryan's
He
last fight?
fought in the Madison Square Garden card in the fall.
Oh, he did.
Yeah, and
That's
he
awesome.
won. He moved up a weight class, fought a
Was
very
he
tough kid,
85?
Hayam Ghazali from Henzo Gracie's
Mhm.
school. Good fight, really good fight. Went the distance. Ryan won a unanimous decision and looked really, really good. So trying to get him on the Thackerville card for March 2nd, hopefully.
Okay.
So, still fighting with Bellator.
How amazing would it be if he won? Like if he was champion one day?
I think he has that potential. Absolutely. I see the passion in him. I see the work ethic. He's a smart kid. He went to college first, got his degree in math.
There it is. We're at.
At Western Washington.
All right.
Upstate.
How old's
Washington.
Ryan? He's about our age, right? He's
35.
35, yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, we've been friends with him for going on 9 years now.
Yeah.
Because we were friends with Emily. And
That's about when he moved to Vegas.
Yeah.
And started. I originally hired him to be the manager at the gym, and he was there about 4 or 5 months. Dad, I want to fight.
Yeah.
One of
right.
my best friends.
we're gonna go
Hire another gym manager.
My best friends from high school.
Yeah.
His wife and him were friends with Emily, Ryan's wife, and we all merged about 9 years ago, and that's kind of how all this.
Are they still married?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice, isn't it?
They've been married
Ja-
3 years.
3 years.
Jared, isn't that nice?
Going on
I'm
4.
totally kidding. Life lessons, from your friends. Because I've learned it is about your friends. You guys have been close for 9 years, so you could have studied him as an example. But
Yeah.
fuck me.
It's super. And by the way, your son, super humble and nice guy. Like every time that we've hung out, like man, the guy's just like an awesome guy. Like you never.
I'm very proud of him. He does
Yeah.
a great
Well,
job.
the apple
He's a
doesn't
smart
fall
kid.
far from the
So-
tree.
Yeah,
It
like
doesn't.
was a
that's really as a
compliment for you.
father, man. Like very respectful, great guy. Like you should be proud because you obviously
I
put
am.
in the time and
Absolutely am.
turned out
Yeah.
pretty damn good.
Mindy, let me ask you: when you go, because you guys travel a lot, and I notice you guys go to a lot of events. A lot of your sons, obviously. Do you ever see it in his eyes when you guys are sitting there cage side at a fight, and you're like, "Oh man, I can tell he wants to get in the fucking ring right now."
The only time when Brock fought again, that was the time when he was like, "Look at it!" Like you were so worked up about how
Even now, did
unprepared.
you see the face he made right now?
I
Like
know,
you
right?
were.
He was.
You probably want to go in there and choke Stipe Miocic out, huh? You're like, all right, you got past Ngannou. Let me get in there.
I've been impressed with him. He does a great job, and Nagano trains with us a bit.
Oh, does he?
As athletic a guy as
What a
I've seen
fucking
and been
phenomenal
around,
athlete.
holy cow! And I think it really kind of boiled down to fight IQ. I think Miocic showed a fight IQ that we don't. That's rare that you don't see. He just has this kind of experience, and he's savvy in the ring. He knows where he wants to be. He's good at executing and getting where he wants to be, and I think that was the difference in the fight.
Right, so Stipe was the heavyweight champion,
Yep.
and he had 2 title defenses. He fought Francis Ngannou, who was the up-and-coming, like, this guy was it. I mean, if you see his highlight reel knockout, the guy is, like, what, 6'5", I don't know exactly.
Specimen. Yeah.
He
He's-
barely
yeah.
makes heavyweight weight at like 265. I mean, he's putting people into a solar system when he touches them with a jab. It was crazy.
And this was
He
Saturday-
hit out
Saturday
Overeem
night,
in
right?
his
Yeah.
last fight, and I thought Overeem's head was coming off.
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
He was
Holy
out
hell.
for like 3 minutes after the fight.
Lord.
It was scary. You feel bad for Alistair. You're like,
It
wow.
was scary because you don't see that many brutal knockouts where you're
No.
like, oh man,
No,
they
it
might
was-
not ever
it
get
was
up.
something.
Yeah.
Not to get too much in fighting, but the Stipe, I was impressed with his chin because he took a couple huge shots and was like, should probably go for that double leg and take this thing to the ground. But it was super fun to watch. You think
good
Francis
one.
will bounce back?
I think he will. He's a young man. He's got his whole future ahead of him. One loss does not. I mean, that's true character right there. I think, and we're going to see that true character in him. He'll be back.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
I think so.
I just want to show up to the gym and watch them spar.
I know,
Just
right?
Oh boy.
crazy. Not participate.
Is there any fight you're looking forward to coming up? And you think
Yes.
Mayweather, I mean, not Mayweather,
The
Conor
Bellator
McGregor?
tournament.
You think McGregor will fight again?
I wonder what's going to happen when McGregor. Obviously, it sounds like they're stripping him of his title. He hasn't fought in 18 months in mixed martial arts, and him getting a boxing license and the Mayweather fight and making $100 million off of one boxing match. I question whether he really wants to come back and get to the grind of MMA again.
I know.
And I think what he did, I'm not much for the shit talking and his style. That just was never my thing, but obviously it's worked for him, and he's backed it up for the most part.
Yeah.
I think him getting a boxing license really highlighted the flaw in mixed martial arts and what we need to change and what we're working on changing. And you can't have the promoter and the sanctioning body be the same guy.
Yeah.
It's too much power.
Yeah.
They're holding fighters' feet to the fire to sign these very, very restrictive, ridiculous contracts. And I'm hoping that we see that change here in the near future.
We'll find out. Either that or it's going to get bigger and bigger because
Well, I
whatever
think it's gonna-
whatever
it's
Conor
gonna
says he's
grow
going to do,
regardless.
whatever Conor says
Yeah.
he's going to do, he's going to get it. If he wants that third fight with
Yeah.
Diaz, if he wants the winner of that,
With Khabib.
yep. If he wants
Khabib
that
fight.
fight, or if he wants to box again, because Dana White just filed for a boxing license.
Well, he can't though. He's contraction.
didn't have to
DOC.
file for a boxing license. That's the thing. They told him
For a promoter, I'm sorry.
They told
For a
him
promoter,
his
yeah.
they told him his MMA promotion license was good in boxing too.
Is it
Which
a laminated card, like a weed card?
Which
in LA?
again, it's a box you check on a form. It's
Yeah.
that simple. So, which again highlights why we should be protected by the Muhammad Ali Act as well as boxers. And right now we're not protected.
It's true. I'm a licensed cornerman in Utah, and like you show up and you think you're gonna have to do some shit. You give them an ID, you pay like $15 and check a box.
Yep.
Like, congratulations, you're a cornerman. Oh,
Oh,
but I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. So.
Thank you. Thank you
Perfect.
very much.
What about you? You got any films coming up, Mindy? I feel like you're filming all the fucking time.
Yeah, I feel like every time you're on set somewhere, what do you got coming out?
Well, I'm working on Evil Bong 7.
No
Evil
way.
Bond 7.
Evil
Bong,
Bong 7. I'm
B-O-N-G.
in 4.
Evil Bong.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
way better
Yeah.
than Bond. That's
It's
awesome.
evil, apparently.
It's
But now I'm in
evil.
4, 5, 6, and then I'm going to be 7. When I'm actually going to do both characters. For some reason, I've played 2 different characters in the series, so they're actually going to come together in this. So I think the funniest part was like last time I did Evil Bong 6, I had black wig, like no one knew who I was, and I did the whole thing. And then on like day 5, someone parked behind me, so I took the wig off, I had blonde hair, and I come out and I'm like, hey, someone needs to move their car, and everyone's ignoring me. They had absolutely no idea who I was, and I was the star of the movie. I'm like, I just took my wig off. Like, you guys really thought, like, it's a really fun series, and so I've been working on that. I've been working on a pro-life movie, which has been
Really?
kind of hard. So we're trying to tell the true story of Roe versus Wade.
Is it a documentary? Is it a narrative?
It's going to be now. We have 2 life stories of the people that are involved. We got John Boyd attached. We got Stephen Baldwin attached, and we're trying
All
to
Hollywood conservatives, you know that, right?
and we're trying to get the word out there. And Facebook has banned our paid post for it.
Ah,
Mm.
pro-life.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's why, yeah.
I mean, Martin Luther King's niece is the executive producer on this, and like people are she got banned on Martin Luther King weekend.
Wow.
Just that's the kind of stuff that you deal with in Hollywood. You're like, I just don't want to kill babies, and it's still a problem.
That's crazy.
So that's like my latest project, and we're trying to get it out there because it's a good story. Everyone knows what it is, but they don't know what it is, and they don't understand that all the things that were involved to make it happen. That if they should have re-questioned it, and it should have gone to a lot of things, and people should have been like, instead. And
Not to make light of that, but I've always been a huge proponent of the movement of don't kill babies, swallow them.
yeah.
You know?
Oh,
Right?
boy.
That's
Boy.
a good movement.
It's
It
not
is.
a baby if you swallow it.
Just when you
beforehand.
think we were going to end on a high note, we drop right
I'm
back
just
down
saying.
to
Yeah.
So I tell my wife, I'm like, there's no need for an abortion. Just swallow them.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
everything works out perfectly.
We dovetailed that in on the immediate action drill for nuclear blast.
Yes.
So get on your knees and open your mouth,
Yeah.
followed by
Jeez.
swallow the babies.
Exactly.
Right. So we
Yeah.
can just
Single
dovetail
cell
those
right
two
now.
movements.
We're good.
Perfect. Yeah, I think we're good.
What's your hope with that movie, Mindy? What do you hope happens?
I think it's gonna get made. We've had a lot of support despite the fact that we can't get anything out on social media. We've had a lot of support from Catholics, from everyone, really. That despite whether you're pro-life or pro-choice, you have to understand that there's a lot of messed up things that are going on right now. Like they just had to ban so if you have a botched abortion and it's alive, you're not allowed to kill it. Like why does it have to be a law? It's alive. You gave birth to it. There's so many weird things, and it's a constant battle. Like even with the Women's March thing, where there were feminists, but they were pro-life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And they weren't invited. They were uninvited. They were banned because God forbid you think that a viable fetus has life. It's just messed up. Like I just don't understand how you argue with that. I understand where they're coming from, but they never understand where we're coming from. And the amount of hate and vitriol and all the stuff that I deal with online, it is absolutely insane and uncalled for most of the time.
It's one of those subjects, though,
hypocrisy.
that divide will live forever. I
But
don't
the
think you're going to convince
hypocrisy.
people on either
You got
front,
people that
you
are
know?
feminists, and he sees it. I'm like, look, this is hilarious. These are feminists. These are liberals calling me a whore for wearing a low-cut shirt. I didn't kill a baby I had. Like, that,
Yeah.
it's just weird.
Look,
No,
we
the
call
best part
Jared
about
Butler for worse.
No, dude,
Yeah.
to get on that logic, I don't think we talked about this in the podcast, but so like my wife posted a picture, like I posted a picture with like 8 fillets that I was cooking, buy them from Costco every time. I love them, right? She posted one too, holding it, and she is in a sweater, and she got attacked by like the vegan clan. So there was like 150, 200
She's
women.
holding
I
steak.
told you what to
She's
do.
just holding steak, and they're like, "Fuck you, you dumb whore cunt! I hope you die." And like the sweetest,
So
fucking
tolerant,
girl ever.
so loving, aren't
Yeah,
they?
and then have them like some of
So
them are like,
tolerant.
"You slut with your tits out." I'm like, she's wearing a fucking sweater, man. It's like, and you can't really, you can't.
I told you
battle
what to
that
do.
logic.
You send them recipes for cooking meat. That's all you do is you just troll them,
Yeah.
and you just like, so this is beef stew. This is a chicken pot
I bet,
pie.
see, in my mind, I'm like,
Yeah.
we didn't even like. I'm not going to emotionally devote myself to any of their fucking slander and hate because it makes no sense to me. I'm like, while I'm eating that steak and enjoying my wife, and I'm going to put a baby shower in her face, you can get mad and comment
Boy.
on our fucking Instagram. We're married. It's okay. We're in Vegas, dude.
We're in
that
Vegas.
wife pussy. That
Yeah.
wife pussy. Hey, you got that girlfriend pussy now. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Why is that
Congratulations,
Why is that
Jared.
different?
I like it.
And the fact that the audience now knows you're dating Heather Lynn would be a
Yeah.
huge shock for a
Again.
lot of people. Again, yeah.
Yeah.
Again.
Yeah.
There it is.
Again.
Yeah, there it is.
Well,
That'll bring us to the Drinkin' Bro of the Week. The Drinkin' Bro of the Week was submitted by Darren Council. Evan Hafer, you want to give her a little reader?
Yeah, what we have, hold on. I've got to get in this. First, the nomination for Drinkin' Bro of the Week. First Lieutenant Clayton Cullen, Chief Warrant Officer, to Kevin Burke. I personally knew Kevin Burke. He was one of the pilots that I had the pleasure to work with during my last deployment in Afghanistan. Whenever we would jump the FARP operations, he would always bring out anything we asked for. He recently died in a crash down in Barstow, California, NTC. Unfortunately, due to the government shutdown, his family will not be getting the initial gratuity for his passing.
Well, look, the
That is
government
rough,
shutdown
man.
was only less than 72 hours. It was over a weekend.
This happened like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
Apache went down at Fort Irwin during NTC.
Yep.
Nothing's out yet as to why. But goddamn,
So he was the driver of the Apache.
both of them. It was
Oh, both,
pilot
okay.
and it was a warrant
Shit.
officer and the lieutenant. Both died. So again, like helicopter mishaps, those are crazy. So
Yeah.
Well, let us know how that transpires, and if we can help the families out, please let us know because we'll
Yeah.
put something together.
Give me some information because I know a guy.
Yeah.
That's
Of
true.
course. He knows a guy.
Extreme Couture GI Foundation.
Exactly.
If you were wondering about a good charity.
Exactly. And where can we find that online?
xcgif.org.
Okay.
Cool.
And
that brings
your
up our schedule. We have a Georgia chapter. We have the Vegas chapter, which is the original chapter. And
Tony Demos
and
runs
we're
the Georgia.
We're looking at one of my Army buddies, a guy I served with, runs the Georgia chapter, and then we're probably going to start up a Wisconsin chapter in the honor of one of our teammates from the Army who passed this last year, Kenny Popelka.
That's great. Is that where you guys
He's
are
from
always? I see
Wisconsin.
you guys are always on a motorcycle. Is that where you're going
Yeah.
to?
We do
You
a lot
go
of
to-
rides.
yeah.
Yeah. We do a ride here. We do a ride in Georgia. Usually the ride in Georgia is first,
Yeah.
and then we ride all the way back across the country
America.
for the ride here in Vegas. So it's a blast. We have a good time.
That's awesome. Did you ride motorcycles before you met Randy?
Well, no.
How was that? How was it getting used to that?
So he has 2 different motorcycles. The first one I was riding on had no backseat, had no nothing, and I had to
Perfect.
hang on. But the thing is, after like 3 hours, you become complacent, and so you're like, you start looking at stuff, you start like not caring, not hanging on as tight, and then you just hit a pothole or a raccoon or whatever, and then you just boom.
Or I'll rev
Yeah.
the throttle.
Oh yeah.
But he's
It was a raccoon.
I promise. I promise. Yeah.
this guy hits a green light, it's go. Like I have to hang on or I'm gonna effing die. But no, he's got a sort of comfortable bike. It's a Road King, and we've driven. I couldn't tell you how many miles on that. I got an ass of steel. Maybe, I don't know if it's him or the bike, but I have just an ass of steel.
You've been riding both, so yes. It's,
Yeah. Boy. Again, we try to end on a high note.
know,
And
That's
it
a
just
high
keeps
note.
going lower and lower and
Super
lower.
Lower
high.
and lower.
Every-
It is a super high note.
single
No, we've gotten
time.
to see America every time we do it. I became the gypsy family navigator. And so instead of just taking the 40 and going across America, we find these small towns. We find these blue collar, amazing places to stay at, to eat. And we have seen America every time that we've gone from one coast to the other. And it is
Yeah,
absolutely beautiful.
it's
And the
awesome.
people are nice. And
It's
it just
amazing, yeah.
rebuilds everything that you've ever believed in America and patriotism, and we've just always had a good time doing it.
And you guys are always posting about it, and I get to see some of the coolest photos of America, of places that none of us really get to go to. It's one of those things where you're like, oh man, I really hope to do that someday, but you never end up doing it.
No.
Where can they find you on Instagram?
XC Natch.
Okay, and Mindy?
The natural.
I Heart Mindy is pretty much almost everything, and then of course American AF Mindy.
.com.
.com, not ass
.com
fuck.
if you want to read,
Right.
if you want to read that blog.
Seriously, thank you guys so
Yeah.
much
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
having
Thank
me.
you.
It's always
Great
good
to
to
see
see
you
you.
guys.
You're two of our
Yeah.
favorites. Not only do we
Seriously.
enjoy doing
Humble,
a movie with
hardworking,
you, but
great
we
causes.
you guys are our friends in real life, and it's always a fucking blast when we get to see you guys. So thank you for being on the show.
Really
thanks
cool.
for
We
having me.
appreciate it. For Matt Best, Randy Couture, Jared Taylor, Evan Hafer, Mindy Robinson, I am Ross Patterson. This is the Drinkin' Bros, live from Las Vegas.
Toodles.
Live.
Shot Show.